I'm a HGV delivery driver, delivering to a major retailer. And when we're backing onto loading, unloading bays, they ask for us to put our keys into a driver's room in a little locker, which is okay. But they're nowadays insisting that we stay in the driver's room with all the other drivers, and I'd rather not due to COVID up on the rise again, and I would rather sit in my own cab. But they're insisting that we stay in the driver's room, otherwise they won't unload us. Can they do that, do you know?
Is this the retailer that's insisting that, or your employer?
Yes. The retailer.
Have they given any reason for it?
The risk is that if we're in the vehicles, the vehicle could move while it was on a loading bay, but it can't really because we put the keys in the driver's room.
Okay. And have you raised this with your employer to raise with the retailer?
Yeah, they don't want to do anything.
They don't want, which is understandable. They don't want to pick a fight.
Yeah.
This is tricky, I'm afraid, Peter. You're very unlikely to be able to enforce any legal rights in this situation because you probably don't really have any, I'm afraid. There's been a very recent case about, funnily enough, a delivery driver who was dismissed, and it was held to be a fair dismissal because the very opposite of you, he refused to get out the cab, and he refused to wear a mask when he was in the cab. The opposite of you, because he wasn't concerned about COVID, whereas you were. And what the Employment Appeal Tribunal said was that sites to whom delivery drivers deliver, sites are entitled to have their own rules. And if you don't want to follow those rules, well, you don't have a right to stay in the job if you don't want to follow the rules for the job where you're delivering. And that's basically what it comes down to, Peter. Now, if your employer had said, we'll help you, we'll back you up, that would be great. But they're not really under a legal obligation to do so. If you reasonably believed that you were likely to catch COVID and there was a serious imminent danger to your health by going into the driver's waiting room, then you would be entitled to stay away from work, although there's some doubt about whether you're entitled to pay or not in those circumstances. But that's not really what you're looking to do here, is it?
No.
No. So, Peter, I'm really sorry you don't have the right to stay in your cab.